tight. Guard the doors both day and night. Passwords strong like shields of gold. Love and wisdom shared in bold. Protect us.
Should kids under 16 be banned from social media? Or is this a dangerous overcorrection? Good day and welcome back to the Family Cyber Tips Weekly podcast. Today, several days earlier than our weekly schedule, I want to lend my voice to a global conversation that affects every family, not just those in Australia. Because what happens in one nation's battle for online safety can quickly become your country's next policy. In case you're not aware, from the 10th of December this year, social media firms including Meta, TikTok, and YouTube must ensure that Australians aged under 16 cannot, yes, you heard me, cannot hold accounts on their platforms. I've shared this narrative way back when it was actually announced that it was going to happen several months later. Okay, so it's not news to me, but it may catch some of you unawares. So we're digging in, okay? So what's actually happening in Australia? I'm glad you asked. Australia has passed a landmark law. Like I mentioned, from the 10th of December, social media companies like Meta, TikTok, and YouTube must block every under 16 from having an account on their platforms. Yeah. The goal? To protect kids from harmful content, addictive algorithms, and dangerous online strangers. On the surface, that sounds like the kind of protection we talk about every week on this platform, but something unexpected has happened. Two 15-year-olds, 15-year-olds, Noah Jones and Macy Nelland, are taking the government to the High Court, claiming the ban is unconstitutional because it silences young people. Macy said, and I quote, "It feels like something out of 1984, and that scares me." And that's a bold statement, a frightening one, and one that has split Australia right down the middle. See, this is why really this matters to parents everywhere. As a pastor and a parent and a grandparent speaking to families worldwide every evening on Monday at 6 p.m., this is what I see. It's more than a legal case. It's the global clash between protecting children versus preserving their digital voice. Campaigners say the ban is necessary, kids are drowning in harmful content, but groups like the Digital Freedom Project argue it will hurt vulnerable young people, kids with disabilities, First Nations, young people, rural and isolated youth, teens who rely on online communities for support. And here's their fear. This is the fear that the global experts have put out there. When you silence young people on major platforms, they don't disappear. They just move to the darker corners of the internet. Less regulated, less safe, and less accountable. So, who do you think is right? And what should parents like you think? On Family Cyber Tips Weekly, we teach fundamentally two things. Kids, they do need protection online. We see the grooming, we see the predators, we see the spiral of screen addiction. And the second, bans don't create safety. Guidance does. Safety comes from what we always preach on this platform. Age-appropriate settings, strong parental controls, digital literacy, family tech conversations, accountability tools, and age verification that respects privacy. Bans, they feel decisive, but they often create new dangers. Young people like Noah say this is a lazy policy. I'm quoting. And while that may sound blunt, parents across the world are asking the same question. Is removing kids from social media the answer? Or should we be removing the dangers from social media? And that's a crucial question. So you don't think I'm sitting on the fence. Here on the platform, we're very transparent. I'll share my position with you just now. And this is my balanced stance. Yes, please, I'm on my knees. Protect children fiercely. But no, do not silence them completely. Young people do have a digital voice, but they also need guardrails, not a digital blackout. Governments should focus on safer algorithms, mandatory kid-safe modes, stronger identity verification, real consequences for platforms that fail our children, and mandatory school digital literacy programs. In my humble view, that is how you protect children without cutting them off from the digital world they were born into. No fault of theirs. What can we as parents do right now? 10th of December is like 2 weeks away. First thing, since you're across the pond this way, talk to your kids. That would be my recommendation, that you should do this immediately. Talk to your kids about online risks. You can't overdo that. Talk to your kids about online risks. Enable safety settings. Please don't wait. Okay? Stop putting it off. Do it today. Enable safety settings. Sit down with your child and just get busy. Stay informed about global laws, which will be funny, I bet serious, if you have not been aware of this ban that is coming. You've got to stay informed about global laws. Treat social media like driving. Teach before you restrict. Build digital trust at home. And again, I'm on my knees. Don't outsource safety to governments. That is a recipe for disaster. The nannying thing has a place, but please don't, as a parent. This is your God-given responsibility. Don't outsource safety of your kids online to governments, because whatever the law says, parents remain the first and last line of defense. This conversation will shape the future of childhood generally online. It's bound to spill off to other nations, without a doubt. Okay, so anything that has this much, you've got to pay attention. So please tell me in the comments: should kids under 16 be banned from social media? A simple yes or no, and the reason why. Okay? We have to engage. If you want your voice to make a difference, engage with me in the comments. And if it's as busy as I want it to be, we'll set up another live show where we can actually, go even further. Let's have this conversation as a global family. And parents, if you believe in balanced, practical online safety the world actually needs, please subscribe to this platform, the Family Cyber Clinic YouTube channel, and of course the podcast, which is weekly. Partner with this mission. Start with sharing this episode with one parent today. I've been your host. Until next week, Monday at 6:30, or even earlier. You see, I've lost my rhythm because of this ad hoc episode, but it's important, okay? But I'll see you when we next see. Usually it's at 6 p.m. on Monday evenings, okay? God bless and goodbye.
Shadows lurking.